in self-reflection, herein lies the truth, right? And a lot of us, at many times shy away from that. It's much easier because, when you then decide to look at it for what it really is, then it requires change.
Yes.
And so this is where, so for me, I've been very fortunate enough, that people know that, hear the type of training and coaching that I do. And so for the most part, most are ready. I do get, I've gotten agents who are not ready to, look at their habits and look at what they're doing and how they can shift those things to show up in real estate, in such a way that would be so positively beneficial. But it's weird, right? Because we see it. We see that if we were to do X, Y, and Z, we can be here. But it's that, it's having the intellectual knowledge of it, but not being able to match it with your actions.
Yeah. And do you think that comes from fear, or is it more like ego and I'm good where I am, I've done the work?
I think it really depends on the individual. And so, it could be a whole lot of things, really and truly, because habits, we pick those up over the years, and depending on the age, depending on the life experience, you can, be walking around with limited beliefs and things about, things about the industry or things about yourself. I think, and I see this most often when I'm working with agents, and, we touch on the topic of social media. Social media is now a huge thing in our industry. If you're not visibly out there, then are you really out there?
Yeah.
Is kind of the thing, right? And so this becomes such a major roadblock to a lot of agents, because for a lot of them triggers insecurity. Not, like, am I good enough? What are they going to say? What are they going to do? So they end up putting this pillar of thought before they go into anything. And so all of a sudden, this pillar of thought is right in front of them. They get, analysis paralysis. They've overthought, the post, the video, or, how they want to show up, and then it never gets done. And so when you start seeing, that type of behavior and what their fallback is, and you can see that, kind of throughout, in their business and possibly even personally.
Yeah.
And so this is where, you have to practice a bit of tough love with the agents and say, hey, look, this is what I see. And, I really think you're great. And, really pull them out of that. And for a lot, they just need that support and reassurance. Like, you're going to be great. We all start off that way. Like, for most social media content creators, when you look at their, first post or first videos, right?
Yeah.
You're like, oh my God. But you see the natural progression of how they get better, and the video quality, the tools,
just the comfortability of the person behind the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what real estate is, really and truly. It's like feeling all of those feelings of insecurity, especially when you're a newer agent, feeling all those things and just saying, I'm still going to do it.
Exactly. If you don't try, you'll never know. And right now, with how fast-paced the world is, not just social media, even if you somehow embarrass yourself, which highly unlikely if it's in a professional setting, if you do embarrass yourself, it moves forward so quickly. Within the next 24 hours, there will be millions of other posts, and people will forget.
You can bury your own post.
Exactly. Delete it. And I know nothing is technically really deleted, but if it's just something where you don't like the way you look, you don't like the way you sound, you didn't sound like you had the facts, it's not a big deal. And at the end of the day, most people, especially in the industry, especially when you're speaking to a mentor, they're there for your growth. Yeah. And you just have to accept that, especially, like, let's say if someone's meeting with you, I can just imagine if they're sitting there trying to be, Mr. and Mrs. Perfect and trying to present their best self, that's great. But the point of the mentor is you lay it out. And like you said, be honest with yourself. And that goes back to transparency. The business model for a lot of companies, why does it work? Because it works, right?
Exactly.
And it's not just a business model for companies, right? So if you are transparent with yourself, the self-growth, it will show. People will see it.
Yeah.
It's not just, it won't just be reflected in your business, but your own personal life, how great you feel, like you feel like you're standing on your own 2 feet. You learn to slowly love yourself. Thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe and share this video for good luck. Actually, share this video to 2,022 people, and you'll have sold more homes by the end of the year than you could have dreamed of. Or break the chain and don't make any sales. Totally up to you.